welcome to irishracing.com for another edition of Emma's Eyecatchers, where I run through some of the most impressive performances from the past week of action. I'm sure, as you all know, it's been very, very busy with the Christmas racing period, so there's so many to get through, but I'm going to try and narrow it down as much as possible. I think first off, I'm going to have to give the mention to Galopin Des Champs, though. Don't think I've ever seen a performance like that live in person. I was in Leopardstown on Thursday, and he just took everyone's breath away. He dispelled all the doubters. Like, there's been loads of doubts. Is he the same horse he was last year? Is that Gold Cup form actually that good? Been beaten by Fast or Slow last 2 times. I think we saw a very different horse on Thursday in the Savage Chase, though. He was just absolutely electric. Maybe slightly different tactics, a little bit more forward, and he just absolutely came to life. I don't think anything is going to beat him in the Gold Cup if he gets there in that type of form. He was just absolutely spectacular. The king is back, is all you can say about him. Another massively impressive performance, though, from the Mullins Yard Gaelic Warrior in the Faugheen Novice Chase down in Limerick. I think this performance is probably maybe overshadowed a small bit by Patrick and Danny's antics after the line, but I don't think you can take away from the horse's performance at all. Tomin behind is a Grade 1 winning novice hurdler. He was a good winner in chasing debut, and he made him look like he wasn't even there. I think Patrick probably knew that Danny was there, but I'm not sure Gaelic Warrior took too much notice of Tomp. Look, this horse, I think the sky is the limit for him over fences. I think like any trip, maybe not any track, but the Cheltenham track is probably the only question about this horse, but he's jumping over fences. It's just so fast, and it's very French. Like another good French horse we saw in Kempton, but he's just so natural. I can't imagine, look, even if he is his own enemy in Cheltenham, I don't know will there be a horse classy enough to make him suffer for any mistakes he might make. He just seems to be a class above anything we've seen in the novice chasing division so far anyway. In Ireland now, I will say, because another horse I'm going to talk about in the 3 mile novice chasing division, Il Francais, was probably as impressive as a novice chaser could ever be. Kind of the rumours about this horse before he came over to Kempton, saying he's some kind of a flying machine, maybe put people off backing horses in the race. I didn't back this horse now myself, but I had heard about some of these rumours, and God, were they proven right. I don't think I've ever seen a novice jump like that, fence to fence around Kempton. It was an absolute sight to behold. They're going to give Cheltenham a skip this year, to probably the disdain of plenty of UK racing fans anyway, at least. But they're going to target the big race in France, the French Gold Cup, back to Kempton next year for the King George, and hopefully a 2025 bid at the Cheltenham Gold Cup, where Galopin Des Champs might be going for his hat-trick. So that would be a fair contest to see. But there was some really, really, really good chasing performances over the Christmas period. But look, just to move on to some maybe eye-catching losers over the period as well, I think Fair & Glory definitely has to get a mention for Gordon Elliott. He fell when travelling like the winner in the Formby Novice Hurdle up in Aintree. I think this horse is still flying under the radar for whatever reason. He's a Grade 1 winner over hurdles. That form was franked with King of Kingsfield coming out and winning in Leopardstown during the week. I thought, if he stayed up, I don't think any horse would have probably gotten him off the bridle. He looks like a horse who's probably improving the whole time, maybe surprising connections as much as anything else. But Jack Kennedy has described his liking for this horse, and he's still around 16-1 for the Supreme Novice Hurdle, which is a bit of a surprise to me. He's probably one to keep an eye on where he goes next. But I'd say trip versatile, but I probably wouldn't be rushing to take him away from 2 miles quite so yet, because he shows he has the class for it. And he could be just maybe a fly in the ointment of some of the higher profile names in that 2 mile Grade 1 novice hurdling division. Maybe in a lower grade then another Eyecatcher, Power Hour, I thought ran a massive race in Leopardstown on Saville's Chase Day. First time handicap debut, after a few good runs in maiden hurdles, rating of 109. Maybe a little bit green throughout the race, but once he got a bit of light there in the straight, he ran on well into 4th place. I think that experience will stand him very well. He's one for the tracker. I'd say he'll be winning off that handicap mark sooner rather than later. And just a quick Antepost bet then. I think, look, Fair & Glory 16-1 for the Supreme Novice Hurdle looks too big to me anyway. I think you can do better at each way prices for the Cheltenham Festival. You'd struggle to do better, but there's a few shorties you probably throw into accumulators. I don't think Dino Blue will be beaten in the Mayor's Novice Chase. She looks rock solid there as well. She was brilliant in Leopardstown. Galopin Des Champs, can't see him being beaten for the Gold Cup. Another one in there, I suppose, Gaelic Warrior for the Turners. Very, very hard to see him being beat. Look, even though track isn't optimal, he's just so classy. And Irish Point maybe for the Stairs. Probably not guaranteed to go there, but 6-1 doesn't look a bad price either. If he did show up, I think he would take a fair bit of beating. But look, going to wrap it up there. I've been talking for long enough. If you like the content, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Give me a comment below about any other eye catchers you thought were particularly good over the Christmas period. And yeah, we've got a form scan show coming Friday as well with Paddy Flood, so make sure to tune in there as well.